Good morning, dear listeners. Thank you for tuning in. This pilot of positivity, your very own beacon of hope, is here to guide you through yet another transformational day. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Dive into a sea of inspiration with us daily on Motive Mystic. Today, we're plunging into the depths of a remarkably misunderstood concept: failure. Yes, you heard me right. We're reimagining failure, not as the nemesis of success, but as its most astute teacher. How, you may ask? By looking at the lessons learned and the paths redefined through our failings. Imagine you're trying to perfect a dive into a swimming pool. The first attempt, a belly flop. Painful, yes, but it teaches you what not to do. With each failure, your technique improves until one day that perfect dive makes a splash. Your failures were not setbacks, but stepping stones. This is what today's podcast is all about. Let's start with a little story about Thomas. Thomas is an aspiring novelist who, after years of rejection letters, had built a fortress of failures. Each letter could have been a brick in a wall of despair, but Thomas saw them as the foundation of his future success. He embraced each no as a lesson in persistence, honing his craft and redefining his narrative. Today, Thomas is a best-selling author, not despite his failures, but because of them. And now, dear listeners, it's time for our listener questions segment. Today's question comes from Mirinda in Jacksonville, who writes, "How do I stop seeing failure as my enemy?" Mirinda, my friend, that's a brilliant question. Here's a little wisdom nugget for you. Start by changing your vocabulary. Replace failure with lesson or stepping stone. This simple swap can profoundly change your perspective. Every time you stumble, you're not failing. You're accumulating wisdom, learning what doesn't work, and inching closer to what does. Remember, failure is only the end if you decide to stop trying. Embrace it as part of your journey, a signpost that guides you forward and never as a stop sign. Listeners, let's not allow the fear of failure to map our lives. Let's view each setback as a setup for a remarkable comeback. Rethink failing as learning, as the forging of a path that is uniquely yours. And to keep ourselves motivated, let's pledge to share our failure stories with someone today, not with a sense of defeat, but as badges of honor, tales of resilience, and stepping stones to success. As we wrap up today's episode, remember, your failures are not the anchors that weigh you down, but the sails that propel you towards your dreams. They are the stories that make your journey fascinating, the plot twists in your biography of success. So, keep failing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep moving forward. Thank you for sharing this space with me on Motive Mystic. If this episode stirred something within you, be sure to subscribe, share with friends, and let's spread this wave of positivity far and wide. Till tomorrow, keep reimagining, keep redefining, and remember, the only true failure is the failure to try. Take care.